Hi, I'm Alvina from the Centre for Educators for Bilingual and Multilingual Learners. Today I will be sharing with you some of my top tips on how parents can instill in their children a love for reading. Tip number 1. Build a library that is interest-based. A child is more likely to engage with a book if it's of a topic of interest. I remember my 3-year-old was obsessed with construction vehicles. So we read a lot of books about construction vehicles. J.K. Rowling says, if you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. Tip number 2. Keep it moving. Don't limit reading to a specific time or place. Encourage the children to bring books with them to the restaurant. Keep books in the car. Tell them to bring books with them when they go to the doctor's. Take books to the park. Maybe they can read at the top of a tree. Perhaps you can build a reading fort or a reading corner. My children, they love to read in their reading tent or at the end of the day in bed with the fairy lights on. Tip number 3. Incorporate reading into your day-to-day life. Get involved in World Book Day. Dress up as your favorite character. Watch movies such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Matilda and compare them to books. Normalize giving books as presents. Make references to books. These days over dinner, the children and I like to talk about our favorite land at the top of the faraway tree. Remember, if you're interested and excited about books, your children will be too. Tip number 4. Be a role model. Now, I'm guilty of this because my children don't usually see me at the end of the day in bed curled up with my favorite book. So I make sure that I talk to them often about the books that I'm reading. I get them to charge my Kindle. They see me packing my Kindle whenever we're traveling for a few days. I visit bookstores or the library with them, and I make sure that I choose books for myself as well. Because remember, children are more likely to read for pleasure if they see that you also read for pleasure. Those are my 4 top tips on how to instill in your children a love for reading. I'm Alvina from the Centre for Educators for Bilingual and Multilingual Learners. Stay tuned for more videos.